Joshua had, Joshua had an identity. He had to understand his destiny. But the last thing is going to take some time to break it down. And this last one is just let it die. Hallelujah. It's not super deep. It's not profound. There ain't no anointed oil dripping out the ceiling from it. It's just simple. Just let it die. Just let it die. Moses was their guide into their future. And as we get ready to transition into a new year, it's important to understand the concept of direction. That in order for you to get to a place, you either have to have instructions or have been there and are working on memory. That's how you got to church today. Either you had instructions or you were getting there based on your memory. The problem with getting places on memory is that if you have a blurry view of where you've been, you will have a distorted view of where you're going. If you have a blurry view of your past, you will never be able to see your future clearly. If you have a confusing view of 2017, you'll end up at a New Year's revival next year in the same confusing, depressed, misconstrued, conflicted state. Because you're walking into new situations with the same mindset. Because it's up here. The Bible says that transformation starts in your mind. That's why the Bible says, be transformed by the renewing of your... As a man thinks in his heart, as he thinks, so is he. Because you cannot think something and act differently. So if your memory is what's guiding you, and it's confused and distorted, then your vision is confused and distorted. If you look at your pain as just pain and don't see the purpose in it, you'll look at the trials ahead of you and see destruction instead of destiny. Moses was the guide. He had instructions. You can only get places by memory or instructions. If you're depending on memory, you can only go places that are familiar. Yes, sir. You can't go somewhere new on old memories. So the children of Israel are at a time in between leadership where Moses, the man who had heard direction and instruction from God, has died. Joshua has not proven himself. So the only place the children of Israel can go is where it's familiar. Because they don't have new instruction. And some people, not you, will stay in wilderness because they're dependent on the past. And until they can move past what happened to them last year, they'll walk through this year in the same spot. They'll be in wilderness when God told them that everywhere you step. So they'll keep claiming what's familiar because that's all they remember. And everyone has this memory. I'm bringing this to a close. The memory of what they said to you that keeps you in the same spot. The memory of what you did the last time that keeps you in the same state of depression. The relationship and the memory of what they did the last time. What they talked about you and what happened in your childhood and the reason why you don't trust nobody. The reason why you ain't going to apply to your new job. And the reason why you're afraid to move forward in your life, that memory, that memory was Moses. And the children of Israel would be stuck in wilderness if they kept reflecting on where Moses had brought them. Come on. But if you want to go, here is your exit strategy. Let it die. The children of Israel realized this in Deuteronomy chapter 34, verse 8. And the days of weeping and mourning over Moses ended. That's it. And the days of weeping and mourning over memories has ended. This is the place where you get deliverance from 2017. And the days of weeping and mourning over what 2017 did to you ended. And the days of crying yourself to sleep at night ended. The days when you depend on their validation have ended. The days where you depend on what people have to say about you have ended. The days where you are so dependent on your memory and where you've been and what you're qualified for have ended. Come on, it's a new year. And if you're going to walk into new days, you got to walk into a new mindset. The days of depending on your memory have ended. And I got one word for every memory. I got one word for every thought that kept you bound. I got one word. From earth to earth, ashes to ashes, and dust to dust. You thought this was a service, this is a funeral. You lay our brother to rest. We committed spirit to the Lord, but the memory that kept us bound in 2017 has died. Here is your exit strategy. If you want to move to new places in 2018, understand your identity, realize your destiny, and let it die. Now, in order for you to step into this, you have to step into it with a new mindset. That the thoughts you used to have about yourself, the thoughts you used to have about your purpose and your identity, and I know they talked about you. And I know the doctor said it wasn't going to work out. And I know your credit don't say you qualify.
Come on.
But you got to walk into 2018.
Yes.
That everywhere you put your foot, even if you're a son of a fish, and you aren't qualified, it's yours. Now the altar is open for anybody who's ready to walk into 2018 with their foot ready to step on what God has for them. And you need a new mindset. The altar is open for you. This is a time for you to change your thinking. Because before God can change your life and change your situation, He has to change your thinking.